Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Let this video serve as a reminder of just how fast XRP will pump once it finally gets past crucial resistance. In fact, I've got perspective from multiple chart analysts talking about just that, and we are knocking up against a very crucial level. Once this thing breaks, yeah, I got multiple analysts agreeing that's when it goes. And they're offering not so subtle reminders of just how fast XRP is going to go once it breaks. Large candles, we actually are at that time. And I'll say something that I've been mentioning a fair bit recently, which is that, I don't normally talk like this, and the analysts that I follow that chart XRP don't normally talk like this. But we're in a bull market and everything actually is lining up. So it can sound on the surface to be a bit more hypey than normal, but the charts are more primed than normal. That's, in fact, most of what it is to be an XRP is a bunch of torture, like sideways price action, downward price action. We're at this moment where it does make sense to believe that what is most probable is that move to the upside. And so how fast can XRP rocket to the upside? Well, let me show you. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And by the way, this is going to be almost exclusively an XRP video. There's a lot to talk about here with what's been happening in XRP today, pushing back up against a key resistance level. Not surprisingly, there's been a lot of chatter amongst the technical analyst types about exactly what's unfolding here. As I record the video, it is 5:31 p.m. Central Time, Saturday, August 24th, 2024. XRP right at 61 cents. Bitcoin at $63,863. Was a little higher earlier today. It was exciting to see, and this is a part of the key level that a lot of analysts are talking about. XRP hit and then some exchanges actually did hit 63 cents just a bit earlier today. Bitcoin was as high as 64,652 bucks. Crypto Fear and Greed Index 56 out of 100. Folks, that puts us back into greed. See how quickly that happens? Last week we were in extreme fear at 25 out of 100. And now we're in greed. See how quickly that happens? This is why it does not make sense to make important investment decisions based on how you feel about something on the time. Has something materially changed? If you're going to buy or sell, maybe ask yourself that. Or is it just a bunch of emotional people doing what humans do? There's this post from chart analyst Credible Crypto, and this is an ETH chart. But it's the most recent comment he had about Bitcoin, which is the reason I wanted to highlight it. And so I'm not going to read just for the sake of time. It's not really necessary for the purpose of this video, but I just wanted to share because I think he's among the best out there. He does think that there's a reasonable probability that Bitcoin's going to pull back a bit before finally, ultimately breaking out to the upside and finally hitting a new all-time high. So don't be surprised if that happens. But and he's charted that too, included yesterday, but nothing crazy. Even if it goes down by X number of thousands, we're still in a range. And in fact, so chart analyst Jelly, he believes that is indeed the case as well. And here's what he said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin facing resistance here at $64,500. So not surprising to see as we got right around there. At least at the time I'm recording this, it's having a little bit of struggle at that level, moving back to the downside. But he still thinks it's just a matter of time before it does break through that. And so Credible Crypto would certainly agree with that unquestionably. I mean, he still believes absolutely new all-time high, and he thinks that it's probable that Bitcoin peaks this cycle somewhere around $150,000. And so Jelly here, though, says, flip that, and again, $64,500, flip that, and the road to $70,000 and beyond is wide open. Until then, go easy on the leverage, especially after a 6% day. Yeah, probably sage wisdom, although I think the best wisdom when it comes to this stuff is don't be a trader. I still think the best approach to investing, and it certainly applies to the stock market as well as crypto, is it's just hands off. You hodl. You buy stuff, and then you hold until it becomes worth so much that you're enticed to sell. It becomes an outsized portion of your net worth. Yeah, maybe pay attention to that, take some profits, fine. You guys do whatever you want, but that's just how I approach this stuff here. But the vast majority of people that trade lose money. Almost all of them. Studies show it's something like 90 to 95% of traders, they do lose money. And then how much money are the remaining 5 to 10% making? most of them, I would imagine, not that much. And credit and kudos to the ones that are good at it. Good for them. I'm just saying it's not for most people. Here's a post from chart analyst Crypto Michael. Now, this one was from July 16th. And he said, XRP historic breakout incoming. In all my years of trading crypto, I have never seen a 7-year-long bull pennant. We might be about to witness one of the most significant breakouts in crypto history. And by the way, he's not the only one that has been talking like this. I was trying to remember who the other analyst is that was talking like this, and I could be mistaken, admittedly, but there's this, I can't remember what his position was. He might have been a CEO from an investment firm. I can't remember, but you might recall who I'm talking about. He was on the trading floor of a German exchange for traditional finance, and he was on national television there talking specifically about XRP. And if that's the guy, I remember somebody saying in all of his years of doing this, like literally decades, he'd never seen something consolidate to this degree, like the magnitude of this. It just seems so perfectly primed. And I'm pretty sure that was him. Again, I could be mistaken, but I think it was him. But you keep seeing that type of comment again and again and again. It's not just in our little world of crypto here, of the degens on the internet, as they're sometimes called. No, it just is what it is. And this is why it's such an incredible moment to be in XRP. And so he actually reposted this, Crypto Michael did. And he said, this is kind of funny. He's like, he's serious about what he means, but he kind of words stuff in a funny way. He says, the sacred XRP mega pump is imminent. My chart will be framed in the Louvre as a historical masterpiece. Ah, yes, amongst all the other great works out there. And so it's a funny way to word it, but do you disagree? You know, the chart analysts I follow, they do not. And he also wrote this is just this morning. He said, XRP is stalling at the 7-year pennant resistance line, gearing up for the biggest breakout of the year. When it breaks, the pump will be so fast, you will not have time to react. Yeah, now that last bit is crucial, I think. And so like I was saying a couple minutes ago, you know, the trader types, and also I'd add to that, the types that just want to plow into whatever the hell the latest green candle is, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Either you have exposure when something goes or you don't, right? I will always say that because it's so obviously true. And there's no shortage of data to prove that what I'm stating there, of course, is correct. So like when XRP starts going, like, you're going to catch it. You're going to be the one that catches it, right? I mean, maybe, but probably not. When something starts going, especially if it's XRP, my God, it moves fast. Which is why I said at the outset of the video, let this video be a reminder of how quick XRP goes when it goes. I mean, in an afternoon, it can more than double in price. Hell, that even happened before we got into true bull mode in July of last year when it got legal clarity. In 4 hours, the price doubled. Are you sure you're going to catch it if it starts moving? Are you absolutely sure? And then what's the cost at that point? Buying in so much, I'm never gonna be like that myself. I mean, you guys do what you want here, but the sentiment here rings true to me. And by the way, he's not the only one that thinks that makes sense. Here was a post from Analyst and also my fellow XRP YouTuber Dusty BC Crypto, XRP USD chart, and you can see the symmetrical triangle that he's drawn going back several years. And he says, once XRP goes, it will go crazy. I can't disagree with that. It's just. I see too many reputable analysts pointing out, hey guys, look at this symmetrical triangle. It can't stay in here forever. Trading range getting more and more narrow. It's going to break. I cannot dispute that. You don't need to be an analyst to even understand such a basic concept here. So it's going to break up or down. What do you think is probable in a bull market as things are getting hotter? And as we see signs that liquidity is only going to increase? You know my bet. Here's a post from chart analyst Bobby A. XRP USD chart. An explosive charge, ready to go high order. And so it was one of the reasons I really wanted to highlight this one is he's sharing an opinion about what a good take profit zone is. And it's not perfectly labeled because the print's too small, but you can see if you're looking at the screen, he's got this little green box here to take profit zone. And it looks to me like that's somewhere starting around maybe $5 all the way up to $13. So that's his personal opinion as to when it would make sense to take profit. That is well within the range that I keep seeing from analysts that I follow as far as how high XRP is likely to go this market cycle. And so most of them would say, $8, $10, $12, $13, whatever. somewhere around there. And that's why, for me, I'm going to start scaling out sooner than that. But, all that to say, and it sometimes seems impossible after you've been beaten down for years on end. The fact that XRP is a little over 60 cents as I record this video doesn't mean it's impossible for it to one day be over $10. Now, that's not a price prediction because I admit I don't know what's going to happen with XRP price. I'm just as in the dark as you. I just have an optimism for many reasons that over a long period of time, it does go up. I do have that optimism for very good reason. I do have that conviction. I'm just sharing with you. It may seem impossible, but then it happens and it just becomes like, oh yeah, of course. And then everybody piles in. Which is why I'm glad I've just been holding. And I'm glad I have broad exposure to the entire crypto asset class because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. It's been a hell of a ride. I've been in crypto now almost 7 years. Crazy freaking ride. All the developments in that amount of time, with the most ridiculous one being the SEC attack against XRP and Ripple. Whew. Here's a post from chart analyst Dark Defender. This is rather succinct. 66.49 cents. Here we come again. The most important level of all time. And so I continue to see from multiple analysts roughly that price being a key level of resistance. Even if analysts think it's a little bit lower, okay, fine. That's about right. And so to illustrate that further, take a look at this. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom at TraderView 2. XRP update, and this is from this morning. Price continues to follow a simple path. We've reclaimed the gray level as forecasted. So for those of you not looking, you can see maybe on the upper end, it's 59 cents or so. It says we reclaimed that gray level as forecasted and just tested the breakout level perfectly, 63 to 65 cents. Once we can flip that to support, large candles will print. And so that's why it was exciting earlier today when XRP did start creeping up as high as about 63 cents. And it's pulled back a little bit against then as Bitcoin's come down. Okay. Going back to test. So every time that happens, I get excited. I'm like, oh, is this going to be the time? Is it going to be the time? And one of those times it will be. One of them. I do believe that. And so he's citing something that I keep seeing again and again and again. That's a key level to watch for. Once it goes, get ready for some big old candles to print. Here's a post from Crypto Insight UK. And this was also from this morning. And he says, XRP holder, what are we looking for next? On the 4 hour, we need to see candles closing above this gray box, 66 cents plus. And there you go. Another analyst saying this is the level to watch for. That stands out to me. I'm seeing a ton of analysts cite this, and we're inching closer. And things are heating back up after the August 5th crash, which also hit traditional finance. But crypto, people panicking. It was crazy time. Dogs and cats becoming friends. Nothing in the world made sense, but here we are. And now we're back in greed. It was the end of the world until a couple weeks later. Now it's not the end of the world. And now dogs and cats hate each other again, which is the natural order. So that's good. It's good to see. But he also said maybe a move into the overbought area on the RSI Relative Strength Index can help us break this stubborn resistance. Things get a bit manic in that area. Then he highlights XRP BTC. One sec. I thought that was going to load. Let's try that again. Okay. Here's the XRP BTC chart. He says, a weekly close above this level has historically signaled a minimum of 130% outperformance versus Bitcoin and a maximum of 2,340% versus Bitcoin within 8 weeks. Folks, like I said at the outset of the video, let this video serve as a reminder of how quickly this stuff can happen. It's impossible, and XRP's a dino coin, and it's never going to go. That's the narrative until suddenly the narrative flips because reality smacks you in the face. Because the idea that XRP is just not going to participate if we're going to see upward movement is completely absurd, in my humble opinion. And then he also shared this. He said, XRP ETH, a close above this line. Here, let me try and make this one full screen also. It's going to... Hey, that one actually did it. Okay. A close above this line would suggest a minimum of 64% outperformance versus ETH and a 1,500% to all-time highs. Then he has this, and he says, why isn't this... Come on, X, load, you little bitch. All right, so here we go. Weekly, a close above 88 cents would be exciting. Well, hell yeah. And so to think that something like that can't happen, I don't think again. I mean, when people start to talk like that, it's never going to happen. Yeah, that you're just showing your emotions on the internet. That's all. You are an emotional person being emotional on the internet, showing your feels and bitching about stuff. That's all. That's all. When I see that from people, that's all I think. I'm like, yeah, you're just showing your emotions on the internet. It has nothing to. It has nothing to do with factually like what's going to occur, or what's even most probable to occur. But you can do that. Then Crypto Insight UK reposted that, and he wrote the following: I'm not really a hype man, but we are close for XRP. I honestly believe that. If you look at the XRP BTC chart below, we need one more good day, as it is weekly close tomorrow. Not confirmed yet, but so close right now. Exactly. This is an exciting time to be in crypto. Then we have this from chart analyst Dr. Magic, XRP USD chart. You are not wrong. Oh, well, let me read this first. Somebody wrote, RSI before price is my motto. So what he was referencing is that before price starts taking off, you need to see the relative strength index start to take off. And so Dr. Magic does agree with that, as indicated in this post. And he's saying, yeah, it looks like it already is. So he wrote, you are not wrong, but RSI has already broken out and retested the downtrend that started 1+ year ago. And you can see this is the trend line that he drew to indicate just as much. So he said RSI broke out, then went back tested, moved to the upside. So that's part of the reason that he's been very optimistic that we gonna see some fireworks here. Hell of a time, exciting time to be an XRP holder. I'm just gonna sit here, continue being patient, but when the whole market goes XRP, I will not be surprised to see it be among the best of performers this market cycle. Assuming we really do have a proper alt season, which is what I'm counting on. Assuming we do, I think XRP is likely to be among the best of performers. Now, of course, that doesn't include the silly-ass microcaps that have almost no money in them, where they go up like a bazillion% in a day. Okay, fine. That's a different animal. I'm not talking about that. If you look at the coins that have been around a while, you're talking about the top 100 or 2 coins. I think XRP is, in all likelihood, likely to be among the best performers. So sit tight. We'll find out together. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because if anything I say are right, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.